Just going to start. So yesterday we were seeing some demo on some of the annotations of the test engine. Last day we were going through like enabled. So enabled clause is something like that which is not related to dependency. So you could like simply enable or disable your test case. So there is a one clause always run. Always run. It means some test you have to make dependency, and in if that test case is fail, so even the dependency fails, then also it will run. Fine. So yesterday we have gone through some of the examples of testng.xml. So we have seen like we are able to call two classes here. Suppose that, let me close this because I will design more. What will happen now if you will like generate next test ng? So previous test ng, if it is existing, so it will be overridden. So better you can rename it. So right click, I am renaming it. So going to refactor, rename, and I am giving the name like old. Fine. So before creating new testng.xml, I am safe. I'm keeping like older testng.xml at a safer place. So it's into by default root folder of the project. You can see here. It's the same level. So what I will do, I will just go through right click. Before that, one thing I would like to tell you. Fine. See that you have one test annotation. And let me remove dependency and other clauses here and say that this is pqr5, right? And I'm giving here name 5. So what you can do, you can simply call the methods. You can simply call the methods as well. Just a second. You can simply call the method name. Like method name is, and say that this is one method. Fine. Here you can call different methods. Although it is having test annotation, but it test engine it is allowed. Fine. So because it is based on Java, so in Java like one method can call the other method of the same class directly without creating any reference, so or without creating any object. So if you will try like this, there is no error, it is going to work because it is something like that. This method is being called. So this is the method name pqr5. I am simply calling it into pqr1. If you will run this, just see the output, what is going to happen. So when pqr1 will be called now, so after that pqr5 would also be called. You can see here. You will see the output over here. You can analyze like how it is going to run. So pqr1 has been like first run, then pqr5 has been called due to this line of code. If I will comment it, so if I will comment it, then it will come as a normal test ng annotation and you can run it directly here and see the output, how it is coming like that. So again it is coming like that, but if you go to console, so you can make a difference. So what is happening when test ng is pqr1 is being called, so at that time pqr5 is also being called as a method. If you will go to like console and let's run and go to console and see the output, how it is going to, you can see here when test ng when pqr1 is being called, so it is calling pqr5 here. Fine guys. So this is the way of calling, and suppose that even you have given the priority equal to, say that 500, it means it is having the highest priority. So it is having the highest priority. Again, if you will run, then only you can see how it is going to run. So here you can see here how it is going to happen. So this time, due to test and annotation, it is running twice, because earlier the priority was not there, so it was running by default due after this. So might be like differences were not there, but now you can see the clear difference over here. In method 1, you can call another method, another test method you can call directly. Fine. So this is another way of calling off one method after another method. Fine, guys. You could also try these things at your home. So this is like very good concept. And today we are going to see more concepts on TestNG. See, let me go through dependency.
Rajiv.
Yes, who is this?
Yeah, Mahesh. That priority is equal to 500 means.
So highest priority. We can give any priority, negative, positive, any integer. All are allowed.
Okay.
Say that you are giving priority 0. It doesn't mean you should give the next priority 1. You could give any number. Priority is 0. It basically depends upon lowest to highest. The lowest priority will be carried first. Fine.
Okay, fine.
Suppose that you are giving the priority as -1. And let's try execute it. You can see here what is happening. First it is running, right? First it is running, then after others are being carried out, because it is having the lowest priority. Fine. And let me design one more method so that you can get some more gist. And suppose that I am having no priority, one method which is having nothing inside test, say that even not the parenthesis, and this is having the name as 6. Now run. Which one will execute first? You can see over here. It means if you are not giving any priority, so at that time what is happening you can see, and if you are giving priority, so at that time you could see. You can analyze these things via result. So first, like negative priority is being called. Say that you have given the negative priority. So first negative priority, and after that like hello 1. So hello 1 is this, and it is having like a default priority, and it is also having default priority. Fine. So if there is no priority, so it's like it is called default priority. At that time, like it will work on you can say alphabetical order. So that's why it is coming like that. Fine. You can try more examples, more scenarios at your home. Fine. Just a second.
Okay, thank you, Raj.
Actually, I'm very calls. So that's why. Fine, guys. So I'm going
Fine.
to design testng.xml file. Right click here, testng, convert to testng. This is one way, and there is one another way, that file, new, file, and you can give here, like first you have to select which type of file you want, or you can simply give the file name .xml. Say that xyz.xml. So this is another way in which you can design your XML file. But easiest way is right click here, go to testng, and then convert to testng.xml. It's the simplest and easiest way. Fine. Suppose that you want to include the package, so you can simply give the name of package and just click on finish. You will get one testng.xml here. So what it will, just have a look, you will get some idea what it will do. It will run all the files inside a package. Suppose that this is my testng first file, this is second file, this is third file, this is fourth file. So if I want to run all the files, so I will not give the name of one file one by one. Fine. So simply this is good idea. You can have this. You have to design suite. You have to design like test. Then inside the test you can design the packages. So packages, like in that you have to just give the name of that package which you want to call. So package name is com, and once you will run it, right click. It is not coming here, so simply go to testng.xml, right click, run as testng shoot. So basically it will call all the classes. Fine. And if you will analyze the result, sorry, just show view console. When you will see this result, you can analyze what is happening. Fine. So some like a starting browser was there, so that is also running. It is still not completed, it's still in the process. You can see something is happening here. And at the end of the execution, you can see the total reporting structure would become. So first like testng 4, testng, testng2 and testng3. So all the files are called and all are run. So this is the like failed test case. So due to that, this is like failed, and due to that, like entire test is failed and suite is failed. It is like giving like that. So failure summary is like that, summary is like that, and you will go to advanced reporting feature. You can have a good look. So just right click and refresh, and after that go to test output and go to, say that go to testng, sorry, emailable report, right? I'm looking for that, this one, right? Emailable report. And this is very good report. Now you can see, so all the classes which we are having test cases, all details are coming here. And now it like in testng3 pqr p something like that, the name of test is coming like that, pqr1, all other tests. And exception, it's testng3 test number 3. So this is the like failed test case, arithmetic exception by 0. Simply you can go through that. And here I want to give you one some more idea about the failed test case. Say that I have right click and refresh. So in interview they will be asking how you will execute the only failed test case, because you have just seen there was one failed test case, right? There was one failed test case like test, this was my failed test case, right? And the reason was that arithmetic exception. So like it is giving me the name, go to testng and check why it is coming like that. So what I will do, I will go to testng3 and due to report I am going to testng.3 number test cases, where it is. Sorry, I have opened test engine through, it's in the this one, right? And I will go to the test 3, and due to this line of code I am getting the error. I have corrected this, I have corrected this, fine. And now I have corrected the reason of failure. So I know this time if I am going to run, my test case won't fail, but I want to execute only the failed test case. So how you are going to do that? So if you will see here, you can find failed something like that. Look for failed. Test in failed dot this one's the file. You can get a file which is having the record of only failed test cases. Fine. So in interview, if they will be asking how you are going to execute only failed test cases, so simply say in the test output folder there is one file called testng failed.xml automatically being generated whenever a test case is failed. And if you will open this file, you can see some automatic generated tags. Fine. So first have a look. You should know about it. And so why it is like coming as fail. So class name is demo test ng. So this is the name of class, and in that methods. So these methods are failed. So one more method it is saying like failed test reporting. So let me go to that method, or simply I can go to no test reporting. So this method is also being failing. Let me comment it out because I don't need this time a test case to be failed, right? So I am simply commenting it out. Fine. Or let me no not give me comment, like let me comment these things because due to this line of code it is failing, right? So I have corrected the code and simply giving CISO. Sorry. Again hand. Yeah, right. Success SUCC it is successfully completed. Just I have corrected the code due to that which it was failing, and let me go to that failed test. So what it will do, it will only execute those two methods which were failing. So method name is test 003 and one is test reporting. So both methods were present in that file which I have already corrected. Now I have to execute only failed test case. So what I will do, I will right click on test failed.xml and run as testng shoot. Because in lot of interview they will be asking this question, how you are going to execute the failed test cases. So there are numerous ways, there are number of ways in which you can execute the failed test case. One is via this trick, another is via coding. You have to write a program. If any like something event is occurred, like test case is failing, so at that time that code automatically being executed and you will get a correct output. Fine, you will get a correct output. And one is like via I retry listener. So I retry is a test engine listener which will be seeing it in the later session, but as of now since it was appeared, so I thought to explain you. So now if I have executed this, you can see the output. Fine. So it is giving me the method, one method, and like another method which it was like occurring due to fail, and now it is being successfully executed. But I can see all test, yeah, it is coming like that. Fine. So one was like after method and one was like let me go to that file again. It file name is demo test engine, right? So what I have written, that is coming, that is fine. So it is not the test case, but the test case was test 3. So that's why it is like a coming as pass. So you can see this is not the test case. This is the method name like after shoot. So that is why it was coming like that. So guys, I hope it was fine. In interview, if they will be asking, so you could at least explain one way as of now if you will go for the interview. Like you suppose your test case has been failed, so how you are going to execute? So simply say, just after execution, right click and refresh, and after that you will get a test output folder. In test output folder, you will look for test failed.xml. So so simply you have to execute this one and right click here and run as test-ng should. So after execution you will get the test case as passed. And here say that this is my test.ng.xml file. You can see you can design multiple test suite. Suppose that someone told you like you have to execute it for 2 times. So simply you will copy this entire test and you will paste. But you will have to change the name of test. So this time it was like test. Let me give the name test1 and this time I am giving it test2. Fine. It's simply like invocation count. I was using invocation count and I was like executing my particular test method for multiple times. But here you can design such a way that your test test shoot will be having multiple times and it will be executing it. So your similar test will execute here 3 times. Fine guys, let me execute it. So you will see the output. First go to console. So you are seeing that your output are coming like that. It will execute 3 times. You can see suit test run is 51, failures 0, script is 0. So it has been executed 3 times. So this is one way. Like if you will remove it and again execute and now see the output. So how it is coming? It is coming like 33. Fine. And you can see this output too. So how it is going to give you the count? You can analyze it. So this is your test 1. This is your test 2. Fine. So in this way you can design your test suites. And if you will remove this simply and execute it. Yes, there is way. Which file? You can design your file in here, execution of files here only. If it is package, then it will work on default the name of the file. It will work on the natural default sorting order because it will pick one by one. You can see how it is picking. So first it is picking demo test ng 4. Fine. First it is taking a test 1, then it is picking on by default, maybe because this test is having a method before suit or after suit. Like let me check why it is picking like that. Something due to methods, it may be picking before class or something method would be there, so that's why it is picking like that. But you can go and research. As of now I have not done any research. Maybe I was thinking like that it will work on default natural sorting order of the file name, but I think it is picking in some particular order which I haven't explored. But this is one way in which you can design the entire package. Fine. And let me go through more examples. Let me rename this testng.xml. Refactor rename old 2. And what I will do, I will simply right click on this and convert as, this time I want to make parallel. So parallel execution I want to make. So let me give you the concept of parallel execution. Simply you can apply the parallel execution on the basis of methods, classes and test. Say that if you are using package, then also it is being applied on methods, classes and test. Fine guys. So simply take here classes and come on the execution part of like parallel execution. So parallel execution by default it is none. It means by default there is no parallel execution. But if you want you can make it. So simply first I am taking the parallel execution on the basis of methods. Fine. So you can see as I have like selected the option of parallel execution is equal to methods. So here something is coming. Parallel is equal to methods. So and one thing you should remember that parallel is applied on the suit level. Parallel is applied on the suit level, and there is only one suit in one testng.xml file. Fine. So in one suit, you can apply the parallel level on methods, classes and test. So this test doesn't means it's your at the rate test annotation. Remember this point because it is like going to make you confused. So this test is related to this, right? This test is related to this. Fine guys. So what I will do, I will simply take methods. Methods I have taken here. Fine. And now I'm like going to finish. Now I have got one testng.xml. So here I have got like parallel is equal to methods. So if I will execute, what will happen? Just I wanted to make you aware. So in my testng4.xml, how many methods are there? Just have a look. Like let me comment this because it will confuse you. Because it will be not counted as methods as of now. Let me comment it out, right? Because say that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 methods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 methods. Fine. So what will happen? It will execute the 5 methods into parallel. So how you are going to judge that whether it is parallel or not? So one way is on the basis of thread ID, right? So one way is on the basis of thread ID, and another way is on the basis of time. So you can use a time mechanism for analyzing that thing. So in Java, if you want to get the time, you can simply use cshow. It's a Java thing. Fine guys, and simply print new date. There is one date class, and I have to like import it from util. Remember it, you have to import it from util. So let me copy this code and paste it in the other methods. Simply like to make you understand, because the time slots make you something that whether it is going to execute in the parallel or not. Fine. So there are like 6 methods. You can see here there are like 6 methods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 5 methods are there, and we will execute it in the parallel. Say that this is my testng.xml. I have simply taken one class. This is the name of package. This is the name of class. In one class there are 5 methods, and I have opted parallel is equal to methods. So if I am going to execute it, say that my testng.xml, right click here, run as testng shoots. So you will have to look on the output. You have to look on the output of the console. So you can just have a look on the timings. If it is parallel, then the timing should be same, right? And another thing, you can look on the IDs. So if it is ID parallel execution, so IDs always start from 9. So 9, 10, 11. So IDs are allocated on the basis of creation of threads. So while parallel execution, it is started from 9, and like sequential execution, it being started from the 1. So you can see like these are parallel execution. Say that what if you have designed your test shoots, fine, and you want to execute it parallel. Let me copy and let me paste here. So here I have taken a method as parallel. So what will happen in this case? First, this class, all the methods will be executed. Then again, the name of the class is same. Then again, it will execute in the sequential fashion. Then again, it will execute in the sequential fashion. So let me run it and see the output. So something exception is coming. Oh, name of the suits, right? I have not changed. Let me change the name. Let me execute it. You can see test and test one. There are two suits, and if you go to the console, so timings of the execution are same. Timings of the execution are same. So 22:47, 22:47, 5 seconds. So this is one way, like you have designed your test suits on the basis of parallel execution. So all like parallel execution are coming 9, 10, 11, something like that. So 5 methods were present here, 5 methods were present here. So after that it is being executed. So what will happen? This time I am going to give the name as test 3. Let me design twist something. So other are not having the timing, right? Let me paste here timings. This is like I have not considered this because only one test here I have commented this out, right? So this is one method present here and 5 methods are present here, and I have designed in such a way that methods would be running as parallel. So let me execute and see the output. You can see here the outputs are coming like that. In the test 2, sorry, this is the test 1, right? So in that test 1, like it is coming like that. So I have used invocation, so that's why it is like running 3 times, right? So you could see here why it is coming at 3. So due to invocation count and timeout, so due to that it is coming like that. And if you will go to the console output, you can see the timings of all the methods of execution are same. So that's why it is considered as execution, parallel execution. So one thing more is there. There is one clause thread count, THREAD thread hyphen count equal to. So how many threads you want to run in parallel? You can control it. Say that I have given here 2. So syntax is like that. You have to use in this way, like thread hyphen count and like number should be given as string. So what will happen? It will control the execution and it will restrict that maximum 2 method will be executing in parallel. Earlier what was happening? You were not giving this. So all the methods were executing in the parallel fashion. All were executing at the same time. But now it will like control that and maximum 2 methods will be executed in the parallel. So I have like 5 here and 5 and 3 here, right? You could see here 5 and 3 here. So now maximum 2 would be executed in the parallel. Fine guys. Now you can see here. So timing should change, I guess. It's again like coming as same because Second, minor impact is there. So if you will have a long, like very huge, you can say execution suit. So at that time you can consider this as a parallel execution will make an impact. And if you will make some changes like thread count is basically used for controlling how many methods or how many threads you want to execute in parallel. So you can control in this way, because you can see here earlier it was coming as 9 10 9 10 9 10 9 10. This is another way. If timing is not working, so you can like have a look on that 9 10 9 10. Only two threads were executing. Now I have changed it for 3. So what will happen? Maximum 3 would be allowed to execute at parallel, and go to console 9 10 11 9 10 11 should be there. Fine guys. 9 10 11 9 10 11 should be there. So in this way it is like giving the output. So this is being like execution, and you can also define here, and let me remove this because thread count always not required. It is basically used for controlling like how many threads you want to execute. Say that I am using here test. Fine, there was clause. Now you can see here when you will mouse over you can get like methods, threads, classes. So you can use thread test methods you have used. Now I'm using tests. So if I'm using test here, so this test will count how many tests are there, and it will like execute those tests in the parallel. So in the interview they will be asking like how you are going to execute your test case on the different browsers in parallel. So that question I will answer in the next session. But first you have to get the concept of parallelism. So once you got the concept of parallelism, then after you can design your tests in such a way that your same script will run on the different browser in the parallel fashion. So that is called parallel cross browser testing. So that is very important interview question, and I will be giving a good demo on that topic, like how you are going to design your test ng.xml in such a way that you can achieve the concept of cross browser parallel execution. Fine. So that is very important interview question. As of now, I am just working on dummy test simply using CISO statements. You can see here. So parallel is equal to test. It means it is considering this. Say that I am copying it here. Say that I have 3 tests. Now I am giving the name as test 2 because the name of each test should be different, as like methods name should be different, so test name should be different, and in which I am using the name of class. Sorry, there is no name of class, so I am using just here. Look, I have designed 3 test suites. One is like test, one is test 1, and one is test 2. In test I am calling the name this one class, here I am calling the name this one class, here I am calling this class. So this is like syntax. In the classes class you can use like that, and you have to go to this, right click, run as test ng shoot. So all the execution happened in parallel fashion. You can see here console. So due to interruption it was terminated, but no problem, like I have used here timeout there, so that's why it is coming as fail. So no problem, like others are being executed, you can see here. And if you will go to this one, so you can have a good look, like first test 2 has been executed, then test 1, because it is executing in parallel fashion, so anyone can execute anytime. So first test 2 is picked, then test 1, then it has picked test. So it is being executed and this one was failing. Let me correct it. So I'm going to that one. This one was right. So due to this invocation count or something like that, I have corrected that code. Now let me re-execute. So this time all are coming as pass. You can see over here. You can see. So my parallel execution concept has been achieved, and last time you can see like the test was coming in the last, but this time it is coming in the middle. It means when you are applying it on the test level, so anyone can be like attached with the JVM or operating system anytime. So basically it's internal management, we are not taking care of that thing, but at the time of parallel execution you can say that you are executing it in the parallel fashion. Simply you can design your test methods and classes. Say that there is one more concept I will have to go for, that is classes, right? So what I can do, I can design one class. So this is like test ng, like let me copy and paste, copy and paste, fine, and let me copy and paste one more time. So here I have 5 and 6, so I don't need this, so I will remove. To avoid confusion I have removed, and I don't need this. I simply want to give the demo of class, fine. So in my test ng I have simply taken one method, and in test ng6 also I will change the name of method so that not to confuse you. I am giving your name as 7, and here I am also giving as 7. So this is my test ng 5, this is my test ng 6, fine. So I have two classes and both classes have one method. You can design as per your requirement, just for demo purpose I am giving here. And I want to design parallel execution on the class level, fine. So how you are going to do that? Simply just right click on anyone and go to test ng and convert to test ng, right? So parallel execution, simply go for classes, and thread count you can control from here itself also. Like I am giving it here, I have two classes, right? So I can simply put 2 or I can remove it, no problem. But let me put 2, sorry 2, because there are two classes, fine. And I'm going to click on finish. So it is asking me that already it is exists there. Let me like rename first. Go to refactor, hold 3. Then again I am going to right click, say the test ng, convert to test ng, parallel is equal to classes, thread count is equal to 2. So here I am going to give thread count equal to 2. So you could see here one clause has been appeared here, and I'm going to click on finish. So I'm going to here in the testng.xml. Here I have used classes. I will simply copy and paste how many classes I want to consider. So I am considering here class number 4, 5 and 6. Let me give the name 4, giving the name as 5 and giving the name as 6. Fine guys. So here I have taken 3 classes. I have taken here 3 classes and I have like designed here parallel execution. So let me give as 3. Fine. And let me execute this. Simply you can execute it from here itself or simply right click here as your choice. So I am executing it from here. You could see here. You could see here like my test name was test, and like in my test ng4 there were 5 methods, so all are being executed. In my other, the method name was 6, and here the method name was 7. So it's being executed, but all executed on the parallel fashion. So if you will come to the like console output, you can see the timings, and basically the name of you can say name of thread id, right? You can see the name of thread id. So in test ng4 like there was thread coming as like that, and here I have given the thread count as 3. So that due to that it is also being executed, and you can increase the thread count as per your requirement, like how many number of threads are there. Say that I am giving here 10, and if I will try to execute, so again go to the console output, but here the output will not change because we have taken here the classes. So parallel is working on the level of class, not on the level of methods. So here you have only 3 classes, so maximum 3 would be applicable, other will be like your null and void. Fine. So this was one concept, like how many classes, how many suits, how many tests you are designing. So this is one concept which you can use for designing, because earlier I told you that test-ng is basically a design pattern. Whatever you have learn and whatever you have like written the code, whatever you have designed the method, you can put it all those things into a test case, and in the test ng.xml you can design like which should be called first, which should be called last, how you are like considering as package, classes, methods, so all such things. So I will try to recall you what we have learned today till now. So we have got the concept of package, like how you can run here package, how you can design multiple classes for execution, how you can achieve the parallel execution, how you can design like parallel for methods, test and classes here. You can use this concept, fine. And how you can design like multiple test shoots here, you can also go for that thing. I try to recall, I will also like post the video recording of that. Fine guys, so these are the like basic concept of testng.xml, and one more concept I will try to cover today. Yesterday I covered depend on methods. So that is like I have only designed it for single method, but it is also working for multiple methods. So you can make the depend on methods on multiple as well. Last class I have given the concept you on designing depend on methods on the single method. So let me go for that concept. And what I'll do, I will take some example, like this is the good example. Let me copy and paste it, copy and paste. So this is my, I don't need these things, so I will remove that. I've already given the concept of those things, like let me remove these things because I don't need that. So whatever unwanted things are there, I am removing it because I have to design and explain you. Let me keep that, no problem. Let me remove the priority as well, not required. Fine guys, so you can see that PQR1, PQR2, PQR3, PQR4 is not there. Let me give the name as PQR4, and this is PQR5, right? To avoid confusion, I am taking the name 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, right? If I will execute it, as of now, what will happen? First no priority will be executed, then after that at last it will be executing, because it is having the clause depend on methods. It means you can apply it for multiple methods. Let me execute and see the output. In which fashion it is going to execute. So PQR1 first, PQR3, 4, 5, then after that at last PQR2 is going to run. So basically it waits for all the methods to be executed, then after that the dependency will be started. So dependency is being like called at the last. So you can see here in the execution it is coming in the last. So you can design in such a way, like first let me remove the always run, because as of now I don't need it. Say that I want to make this method dependent on method number 1 and 3. So how you are going to do that? Simply you have to put curly bracket, and after that comma, and after that say that in the double quotes. So something missing, yeah, curly bracket is missing. So the concept of giving this is that you can design your test method in such a way that it will work on single method as well as multiple method. So if it is single method, then curly bracket is not required. Then if it is more than one method, so you can apply block statement. Simply it's a block. You can design multiple methods here, that if my method 1 and method 3 would be passed, then only my method 2 will be called. So let me run this time and see the output. You can see here the output is like no change, but what will happen if I will fail this? What will happen if I will fail this? int x equal to 100 divided by 0. So this is passed, but this is failed, right? Due to this line of code, it will throw some exception, you know. So exception is, if it will throw exception, so it will consider like your test is not complete, test method is not complete. So this will cause the disk not to be run. My expected is that, so you can see yellow symbol is coming, it means it has been skipped, it is not being run. You will see the output, you can go to the output, what have been executed. So 1, 3 is there, 4 is there, 5 is there, but no 2 is there, and it is coming like it has been executed. Simply you can see this result and it will give you some idea, like green are pass, red are fail, and yellow it means not executed, skipped. Fine, just have a look which are skipped. It is coming here, skipped PQR2. Reason something given, depends on not successfully finished method. 5 were their test cases, 1 failed, 1 skipped. So this was like good things. In next class we will see more test ng concepts. I think that's all for today's session. If anyone has any question, they can ask. Hello.